Liverpool's past month has been nothing short of chaotic. From a side that once sat 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League with 5 wins from 5, to now sitting 4 points off first after a string of defeats, it's been a stark and worrying drop-off in both performance and results. The Reds suffered 4 consecutive losses across all competitions, 3 of which, against Crystal Palace, Chelsea and Manchester United, followed the same painful pattern, scoring a late equaliser, only to concede moments later and lose the game. It wasn't just a case of bad luck or poor finishing. The performances themselves were uninspiring. The team looked disjointed, the tactics flat, and the defensive structure fragile. For a side managed by Arne Slot, whose hallmark is organisation and intensity, Liverpool were starting to look like a shadow of their former selves. But then came the turning point. A 5-1 victory over Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League. A result that, on paper, looks routine, but in reality may have marked a tactical breakthrough for Slot. For the first time since taking charge, Slot deviated from his preferred 4-2-3-1 and 4-3-3 setups, instead deploying a classic 4-4-2. More importantly, he made the bold decision to drop Mohamed Salah, a move that many fans had been calling for, but few believed would actually happen. Florian Wirtz started wide on the right of midfield, and the shift in structure brought immediate improvement. The team played with fluidity, balance and cohesion, qualities that had been completely absent during the losing streak. During that poor run, Liverpool looked devoid of chemistry. Every time Salah picked up the ball, he was either dispossessed or forced down blind alleys, and while Salah's legacy at the club is unquestionable, this season his form has been undeniably poor. Dropping him wasn't an act of disrespect, it was a necessary tactical correction. Against Frankfurt, Liverpool finally delivered a complete 90-minute performance, not just flashes of quality like we saw in the opening half-hour against Everton or in parts of the Atletico Madrid match. This time, the control and rhythm never dipped. Wirtz, in particular, looked rejuvenated. He ended his goal contribution drought with 2 assists and could have scored himself had Salah squared the ball to him late on instead of shooting. Hugo Ekitike once again proved why he's been one of Liverpool's standout players this season. His equaliser to make it 1-1 was not just technically brilliant, but psychologically crucial, setting the tone for the rest of the game. Dominic Szoboszlai continued to lead by example, scoring once and assisting once, a reminder that he's been the most consistent performer under Slot. Meanwhile, both Van Dijk and Konate found the net from corners, a confidence boost after some shaky defensive displays in recent weeks. And though Cody Gakpo can still frustrate with inconsistency, he again made an impact with a goal and an assist, proving that, for all his flaws, he's becoming one of those players who always seems to find a way to influence games. There were also a few caveats. Jeremy Frimpong had to be substituted after picking up a minor hamstring issue, and Alexander Isak struggled to impose himself. But given his ongoing adaptation to Liverpool's system, patience is still warranted. When Salah came on in the 74th minute, the contrast in energy was clear. His body language reflected frustration, throwing his arms up, forcing plays, and again choosing the selfish option in front of goal rather than playing Wirtz through for what would have been a certain 6th. It summed up why he currently doesn't fit this version of Liverpool. As painful as it is to admit, Salah's continued inclusion has been holding the team back. He disrupts the rhythm, slows transitions, and has been guilty of overplaying rather than working within the structure. His decision-making has felt more self-serving this season, as if he's trying to play his way out of poor form rather than prioritizing the team's fluidity. And while that's understandable for a player of his caliber, it cannot come at the expense of the collective. Salah remains a Liverpool legend, but legends aren't immune to accountability. Every player must earn their place on merit. Wirtz was benched earlier this season despite his €100 million transfer fee. Ekitike, despite being in excellent form, was rotated to give Isak opportunities. The same standard must apply to Salah. Until he rediscovers his sharpness and adapts to Slot's tactical demands, he should remain on the bench. Slot's new 4-4-2 system has already shown why it might be Liverpool's best path forward. Playing with 2 strikers, Ekitike and Isak, gives the team a more direct and balanced attacking structure. In the 4-2-3-1, Liverpool often looked stretched. The wide attackers, usually Salah and Gakpo, were required to both press and track back, leaving the team disjointed in both attack and defence. It created a dynamic where players were caught between responsibilities, neither fully attacking nor fully defending. In the 4-4-2, however, roles are clearly defined. The midfield four, with Wirtz, Gakpo and the central pair, focus primarily on ball progression and chance creation. They know that once they release the ball, Ekitike and Isak will be occupying the central channels, ready to attack. This clarity allows the midfielders to focus on control and creativity, rather than feeling pressured to contribute goals themselves. Defensively, the structure also offers greater protection. With four across midfield, Liverpool can drop into compact lines more effectively, reducing the gaps that opponents had been exploiting between midfield and defence in recent weeks. The result is a more stable, disciplined and functional team shape, something Liverpool desperately needed after the chaos of the past month. Liverpool's 5-1 win over Frankfurt might end up being remembered as the match that changed their season. Arne Slot's tactical bravery, dropping Salah and switching to a 4-4-2, finally produced the cohesion and dominance fans had been waiting for. It doesn't mean the problems are fully solved or that Salah's story is over. But for now, the message is clear. Performance and teamwork must come before reputation. If Slot stays firm with this approach, maintaining the 4-4-2 structure and rewarding players who execute his plan, Liverpool may just have found the formula to resurrect their season and re-establish themselves as serious contenders again.